Hello, welcome to another episode of Get Rich and Fit Tryin. So after a couple trials and errors, we finally got everything right. So now we're going to go ahead and get right to it. I'll see you on the other side. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Get Rich and Fit Tryin. So we had a very interesting week and weekend. Let me fix my back a little bit. See if I'm getting up a little bit of blur. Get rid of that blur. I think my kids probably touched my camera. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and get this started. Let's take a peek at the market. Right now, this is what it kind of looks like. I feel like we're going to be arcing our way down. I don't think we're going to be a straight down. So it's going to be very interesting to see if that actually comes to fruition. Oh, there goes our opening bell. All right, let me go ahead and turn this off so we can get ready for our 15-minute. Let me get rid of this bad boy too. Oh, that's interesting. That thing said I had 300% on my contract, and I know it just literally snatched its soul. That's funny. I got some Z-scaler positions, and I thought we was going to just continue on that, but looks like they're going to be difficult a bit. We did gap up. That's the fun part out of this here. So I'm curious, are they going to go ahead and try to come back for this gap, or are we going to get another island gap on NQ? That would be 23.47. During the London and Asian session, we got as high as here, so that could be a place that we're going to be attacking. But they did not want the New York session to establish the high of the day, so this is going to be fun to see if we get that. So let's go over the 15-minute. If you don't know how this works, we do the opening range, and we try to have ourselves our fun during that breakout, and we'll see if we can get that breakout here. Let me go ahead and mark off the levels. At least my upstart is doing better than Z-scaler. I had a feeling Z-scaler could come back and bite me, but we'll see what happens there. There we go. Here's our earnings run. On a little FYI to everybody, going forward, all of BYTTT will be recorded. So like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. All videos drop between midnight and 4 a.m. That way it prepares for London session-ish and to the New York session. All right, Javi, the first 2 minutes is in. What we doing? Being patient. I like that. Yes. Let's go with that. Being patient. Okay. Oh, and I have a theory around copiers. I don't think I'm ready for copiers, at least not yet. It has some pluses to it, but yeah, nah. Looks like my meta is shot up to about 720, which is what I would love for it to do, and continue to go to the upside. Their earnings is coming up too. SoFi is at almost $21. They're fighting. Tesla, you got some opportunity on Tesla. It's at $7.77 right now. Alright, nice. Can't go wrong receiving dividends. let's get rid of this thing. I don't need the watch list right now. Now here's the fun thing about it, right? If we just look at the 15-minute and only the 15-minute, there's a fair value gap that is right here that's bearish, right? And this thing is going to make things very interesting and make the market kind of curious. Like, hey, do we think we can make it back up there? Because right here they did the same thing, but then they made a massive sell-off before 9 o'clock hit. So let's go ahead and look at this as a point of interest too. And we can kind of see this is our price action. Even this is going to be telling in that regard too. Nice solid gap up, trended up, took out everybody that wanted to hold it. We're in this micro trend. So let's look at it like this. I think that's what we're going to be looking at. We're in the middle of a downtrend. A couple places we could attack if we did decide to go higher. Would be probably here. Oh, that's tempting. This is my alert for 15 minutes. It says to buy right now. that would be fun. I'll be patient. I'll wait for the 15-minute. I could scalp something fun though. Oh, I see why we're hitting a brick wall. That's the 23,500. You see that? That's our problem. VWAP is sitting at 23,515. Should we focus on our open range? What was that alert? It said it right at the end of the 5-minute. That'll be the 5-minute candle. Let's see what that 5-minute candle looks like. So that would be 494. That's what the entry was. No, I don't want to do it. I want to do it. The trials and tribulations. I want to wait for the 15-minute open range. Look at that. That's about 10 points if I just jumped there without any hesitation, or at least put my order at that 494. Let's switch this off. Let's go ahead and go to the live screen. I want to see something back here. Kind of double bottom this area here, so could the point of interest for upside would not disappear until this is resolved. If that's the case, let's check out our deviations. So that means this to this. Maybe that's what we're dealing with. Is that we're coming close to this trend line. The smarter trade is to kind of get it off the bounce of this trend line versus trying to get in right now. That's the smarter trade. But, you know, as a scalper, sometimes you want to just jump in the water. So let me go mark this off because I'm curious about this point, if they can do anything about it. And right here is our order block, so that's the reason why that's there. They really tried to dump this down because then you got from here to here, and that's why we kind of rejected in this area here. When we kind of made this spike here, but assuming that buyers are sitting here, creating problems for the sellers. That could be the neutron dance that they're doing, kind of going back and forth. We got ourselves 6 minutes until this 15-minute candle closes. That way, those Get Rich and Fit Tryin can get their opening range for the day. While this is forming, out of curiosity, let's go check out oil and gold. Alright, so oil, their range is here. They're still trying to figure out themselves. Very tight. Don't like it. Gold, very tight as well, but it's in the bottom of that range, that pennant that I've been paying attention to for a while, and it's struggling. It would have to pick itself up from here so we can get a breakout, but at least we got an idea. 5 more minutes. You see how why they wanted to get into that one? I was curious. It was very possible, but I think they want that daily gap. You just got out. Did you? But you got out green though, right? Not much. Okay. Yeah. The way this is designed right now, yeah, bearish. Not saying it's gonna be full bearish. We would have to break under 425 for me to be a little bit more bearish than normal. But right now it's not looking too good. Three minutes and like 30 seconds left, and let's see how this 1 minute looks. Let's see what these oscillators look like over here. They tried. It's coming back down. They're trying to use this area as that order block that I was saying. If we can get a nice little close here, we'll make things interesting. He says nasty. Yeah, it has its flashes of being nasty. Nice solid close, but no real follow through. We got a little bit of a 1 minute fair value gap here that they're holding on to. Alright, let's come back up to the 5 minute. See what's going on there. Kind of like a doji. Dojis are your friends. Oh, look at that. That's what you're gonna do? Mm-hmm. They try to grab more of this buy side liquidity for the last minute. Let's see if he can get a bounce here. I don't know about down, Javi. I really don't. Not the way this is. This is trying to take off in a way. 30 seconds. Buyers and sellers are existing in the same place. Yep, exactly. That's what it looks like. Mm-hmm. Got 9 seconds left, and we're about to close above that block that I'm curious about. Let's see if this makes a difference. See if we can get through that 500 level. All right, new 15-minute candle. It just hit my 800 on one of my smaller time frames. Let's see if it goes right through it or does it use it as a rejection point. All right, made 1300 on that move, and just gonna go ahead and hold on to a runner. Yeah, I took it up. Like I said, the way the block looks right there, I'm gonna let it be everybody else's problem at this point. Let's see if we can get through VWAP. I would love to add at 521. That's going to be probably my 2. And then my 3 is going to be at 542. And for giggles, let's see if we can get to 550. This would be about 564, 663, somewhere around here. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do, but we're between two order blocks. This one could be one of those rejection order blocks that they can't wait to go ahead and short them. But we're about to get a 5 minute close above the opening range, possibly. So I think as people are trying to pile in for the opening range, that's the game that's going to be played. Stop being difficult and play the opening range. We're already here. Yeah, they're making things difficult. So 521, 542, and 560. Some change. Mm-hmm. As I was saying, this area was going to be tough. What was previous support turns into resistance. They attempted to get through it again. It stayed as resistance. They're going to see if they can go ahead and reload over here in this area, which I think is a possibility. And when we reload over here, that's going to be a push because this is our bullish divergence that's trying to play out. We got under the 500. Let's see if it's just that they were looking for things under the 500 here. Putting a buy, stop, and profit. Got like 90 bucks on that one. See if it can hold. Nope, not gonna hold. Not gonna hold. Yeah, because I'm looking at the 500 as a possibility that it's gonna be an area that they're curious to try to hold up for. Part of me wanted to hold on to a little bit more, but I knew 500 could be tough, so I was looking for them to finally just hold its weight. Interesting price action there. Then they came to pick up somebody's major order. I'm gonna give it another shot here. Let's pick up that and see if that actually holds. One more time, yeah. But patiently. Like this is like they're super tight. Like I'm not losing more than, for me it would be 100 year micro, so like 10 bucks. Yeah, super tight. Because I'm anticipating that people are stacking up to get this opening range breakout. So they got their orders down inside of here to do that. But again, we just came off this rejection. So is there a lot of bears at that rejection? I'm leaning on no, there isn't, but I can be wrong. That's why I'm putting it super tight at 100. That was a massive push right there. All right, putting my stop loss into profit. All right, we had VWAP again. It's all right, Javi. If they get us, they get us. Come on, baby. Hold that VWAP. It's trying to, but that VWAP rejected it something vicious. That's the one that sucks right now. So I got a small profit on the board. I'm waiting for this thing to kind of like turn back around. There we go. I'm waiting for this candle to close, and I'm gonna go ahead and lock in my profit. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm locking more into my profit. I got my order sitting at 522. Let's see if we can pick up that up there. That should break about past the 521. Here's a 5 minute. Alright, let's get ready for some QQQ calls because we're going to get a 5 minute close above. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe. Possibly. Could be. I'm going to go with a round number. Let's go with you. A minute and 22 seconds. We got to get past this order block. If we don't get past this order block, it will make things difficult. We're dancing off the VWAP now. I think people are accumulating at the VWAP. Patience is a virtue. At least that's what I want to tell myself. We got ourselves 56 seconds to see if we can get above that 522. 522 is where I got another order that I'm picking up some more contracts. All right, we get into preview mode right now. 38 seconds. Trying to get myself in the mindset of being able to full port as I'm doing the compound challenge again, but I'm not going to do it on this trade. I'm kind of concentrating on futures. We got 10 seconds, 23 seconds. They're going to try to scare us out with all this price action. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But if we can close inside of the order block, we should be relatively fine. 13 seconds. Do not break it. Do not break it. Do not break it. They're trying to force you. Get back up there. Come on, get back up there. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that option contract. We closed outside the box. Small profit is probably going to get locked in here. Oh, that would have been perfect. If we just closed above here, this is just letting us know that this, even though we made higher highs, they're probably going to stop me here. But I like this trend that's been accumulating here, so I may go back in for that. There goes my stop out. So that said, for those on YouTube land, we're going to go ahead and tap out here. Wasn't the greatest of trades, but can't complain about $700. So that said, I'm going to go concentrate with the guys, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. You have a great day.